Another important mistake that I am finding a lot of investors are doing is suburb selection or search. Most of you are working in a very herd mentality. You hear something on YouTube, you listen to someone, and you do some CMA analysis, basic stuff, and you go and buy a property. And some of you are also chasing low price assets. In last 3 years, we have seen how the suburb profiles have changed completely. I've got clients, and not one, quite a few, who came through or who have used other buyer agents or whatever, or done their own research, and they have bought in suburbs where they used to be owner-occupied suburbs about 2 years back or 3 years back, and because everyone targeted those suburbs, now they have turned into investment suburbs. So owners have actually moved out of those suburbs. They have got pretty good exits, way beyond what they could have believed because of the herd mentality. Everyone chased those suburbs. So a $500,000 asset has been sold for 700-800K, and now that suburb profile is investor driven, which means you are not the only one who has a property listed for renting. The suburbs that used to have less than 5 or 10 properties at a given point in time are now having 50 or 60 properties at the same time for rent. That kind of an availability is going to kill your borrowing capacity, and because your rental yields are going to decline. We are seeing this. I've got few experiences where properties have not been rented for a couple of months now because your rent expectations and the suburb profile are completely misaligned now. Yes, your expectations were correct when you bought them based on some search, but then the entry barrier in those suburbs was minimal. You were chasing a $500,000 asset and everyone else was chasing a $500,000 asset. How is that going to retain the suburb profile? So everyone has gone there, and then suddenly the average price of that suburb has turned into 800 or 900K, but there is no buyer and there is no tenant because everyone is trying to list their property for investment. So a property that should have expected a rent of 500 or 600 is right now vacant at even 480 because now the tenants and renters have got more options than you thought they would ever have. So this is the classic learning in terms of asset quality and what you are chasing. Don't chase a suburb or a property which has a minimal entry barrier and everyone can buy something there. That's not the asset. That's not the suburb you are trying to buy. You would rather want to stretch yourself into a suburb which is beyond the reach of your competitors. The suburb should be able to retain its character and profile, because if that changes, the complete equation and financial game will change for you as an investor. So you will have a very suboptimal exit, you will have very suboptimal rental yields, you possibly have higher vacancy rates, which means you're thinking about next purchases, capital growth, equity, access, everything will go down the drain. So you need to do a bit more diligence around what you are buying. What's the entry barrier? Don't chase the lowest price products. That's not the best quality product. I know there are quite a few operators in the market who are only working on low asset class, but their model is if they can get you 2 instead of 1, they make double the money or they make thrice the money. But that's not in your interest, that's in their interest. Your interest is in buying an asset in a suburb which is only premium, where the entry barrier is high, and if you can barely manage to get in there, then it means you are winning against the competition for anyone else who would. So if your borrowing capacity, as an example, is $1 million, and if you end up buying something for 600K, then there are 1,000 other buyers who have 600K borrowing capacity. What's the point? That suburb is going to become expensive just because of greed and herd mentality. You are not going to get real gains, meaningful gains, if you have a 10-year horizon. So you would rather go into a suburb that is in that $800 to $1 million price mark, where not everyone can get into. You are lucky enough to get into. That means that suburb will maintain its profile for next 10-15 years, which means you would always have better rental yields, better tenancy, and better capital growth. Now this is the lens that I'm giving you because I have invested and I have done hundreds and thousands of transactions where I've seen people going right and wrong, both sides, based on what's their view and long-term view around selection of assets, which is super critical. So choice of finance, choice of advice, choice of lenders, and then asset class. All of these are important, critical, fundamental pillars to make or break your investment journey. If this makes sense, then reach out and let's have a conversation soon.